Pind says there is a rise in criminal violence in Rivers State. Pind said this in its Niger Delta Weekly Conflict Update report today. It said about 250 persons in Rivers State have lost their lives due to the criminal violence, including kidnap for ransom and killings by cult gangs between January 2022 and December 2023. It said the current trend of targeted violence and killings has the potential to escalate and take on various communal and political dimensions. The commander of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency NDLEA Rivers State Command, Ahmed Mahmouda, says the command arrested 295 drug suspects and confiscated over 500 kilograms of drugs from January to December 2023. Mr. Mahmouda said this while speaking on the command's achievement at the headquarters in Port Harcourt.
We seized a total of 562.239 kilograms of illicit drugs in the state, such as cocaine, heroin, cannabis sativa, methamphetamine, and other psychotropic substances. The command also secured the convictions of 136 accused persons who were sentenced to various jail terms at the National Correctional Service Center, Port Harcourt. We still have 47 cases which are pending within the year under review.
Mr. Mahmouda also said that the command undertook the rehabilitation of 53 drug-dependent individuals. The Nigerian Army has seized over 3 million liters of stolen crude oil at the illegal refinery operating in Rivers State. The stolen oil was found on Thursday during a raid led by the General Officer commanding 6th Division of the Nigerian Army, Major General Jamal Abdulsalam. The men of the Nigerian Army busted the illegal refinery site in Akwa Odiowa in the Echi local government area of the state. The Army also searched the area and discovered various kinds of equipment used for illegal refining, as well as arrested some artisans who helped the transportation of illegally refined product. Still to come, Labour names representatives for federal government's minimum wage panel. Stay with us.
And now we bring you news. This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
You're welcome back, and now the rest of the news. The Rivers State commander of the Man o' War, Aderinoye Kolawole, is asking the state government to provide training for all security officers so they can work more effectively. Mr. Kolawole said this on Nigeria Info FM Morning Crossfire today.
And I want the government, the police officers, the senior officers, because everybody needs training and retraining so that we can call ourselves back home. Somebody who passed through the training, a lot of training, not only police.
Mr. Kolawole said they are ready to work for the security of the state, but need government empowerment and support.
As it is, what we need to support the government, because we want to support the government of Rivers State. And our motto is build the man, build the community. We want the government to come to our aid. We are ever ready to work with them. We need empowerment. If government can bring us close, we are ever ready to work to stop this crime. Not only kidnapping issue. We have a lot of criminal acts in various communities. Where the man over we base in communities, just like the community policing. And if we want to stop this menace, we need to use those community policing.
In a related development, the youth president of Rumuoba community in Obiakpo local government area of Rivers State, Prince Ozi, says plans are underway to establish a security committee to curb insecurity around the Rumuoba flyover. Mr. Ozi spoke to our correspondent following growing concerns about the activities of hoodlums around flyovers in Port Harcourt.
See all these hoodlums. It's not as if they stay in the community actually. Most of them do come from Maiwan. Most of them come from Obibo area. At night, you see them. Last year, they even tried to rob one of my cousins. But we're trying to put a security committee before the end of this month. I think it will be inaugurated by my paramount ruler. At the end of the day, we'll have people that will work at the night and at the morning.
Also speaking, the youth president of Eliozo community, Chika Nwoko, said he has personally fallen victim to criminal activities around the Eliozo flyover as his car was stolen. Mr. Nwoko said despite community efforts to tackle the issue, the hoodlums have continued to operate.
The security agency, we have been calling for their assistance in that Eliozo bridge. They should come to our aid to also help us. We cannot do it on our own alone. We cannot. We need the assistance of the security agency to come in too. I hope already have laid the complaint of such to them, and which sometimes they do come out with patrol team to patrol around too.
In business, ahead of negotiations for the payment of a new minimum wage scheduled to begin in April, the organized labor has submitted a list of its representatives who will represent Nigerian workers on the negotiation panel, which is said to be constituted by the federal government. As you may know, for a new minimum wage to be implemented, a tripartite committee is often set up by the federal government to ensure smooth negotiations. However, the head of information of the NLC, Benson Opa, told newsmen that the union is not aware of the constitution of a new minimum wage panel by the federal government. To entertainment now, 2 men have filed a class action against singer Madonna for starting her concerts late. They claimed the late start constitute false advertising, negligent misrepresentation, and deceptive trade practices. In sports, Manchester United are considering a revamp of their defense in the summer. This means that England centre-back Harry Maguire and Sweden defender Victor Lindelof could leave if significant offers are made for them. And on the international scene, North Korea says it has carried out a test of its underwater nuclear weapons system in response to drills by the US, South Korea, and Japan this week. The underwater drone, which supposedly can carry a nuclear weapon, was tested off the East Coast. There is no other evidence of the test being conducted. South Korea called the reported test a provocation. That's a wrap on the news this afternoon. Before we go, let's have a look at the major stories. The Supreme Court has affirmed the election of Delta, Ogun, other state governors. Army has raided an illegal refinery in River State. Former CBN Governor Emefiele has pleaded not guilty to fraud charges. And on the foreign scene, North Korea has carried out a test of its underwater nuclear weapons system. The news was edited by Martha Okere-Nkem. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808-721-7215. I'm Ifechukwu Moyali. Many thanks for listening.